What's going on, everyone? My name is D'Anthony with evolutiontraders.com. I hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving, got to spend some time with family, kind of get away from the charts, even though there was a little shortened period in the markets where there was some trading going on. Hope you guys were either able to make some quick money, get out, or kind of just, spend some time with family and friends, or hell, just by yourself, right? What I want to start doing is talking a little bit more about trading psychology, right? I know the boring stuff, but this is the actual stuff, the actual work that needs to be done in order for you to kind of break through, right? So I've been doing a lot of research because even myself, I'm always trying to get better. And with working with a lot of traders that come through Evolution Traders community, I'm always looking and asking questions and trying to figure out how I can be of better value. How can I help traders kind of elevate? Because every trader is at a different stage of their journey. And when you get to a certain spot, it's not like you ever fully, understand everything. Even myself, I'm still constantly learning new things. I'm still constantly trying to get better at my own craft and my own skill set. But you do get to a point where you stop all the searching, right? You stop searching for strategy. You stop searching for reasons why things aren't working, and you become consistent and you become profitable, and you get to a certain stage of the game where the game starts to slow down, right? I don't know how many of you guys ever played sports, but if you take a high school athlete, for an example, a freshman that's coming in, the game speed on that football field when you're a freshman seems a lot fast, right? It seems a lot faster than what it is. And as you progress, sophomore, junior, senior, you get to that level of varsity, the game suddenly starts to slow down, right? It's not like, everything is coming at you 100 miles an hour. The game starts to slow down with the more experience that you get. And it's kind of just like in trading, that tends to happen as well. But there is one question that I want to ask you guys. And I've got some notes written down, and there's some teachings and there's some lessons that I want to go ahead and start to roll out here on my YouTube channel. But the number one question that I kind of want to figure out and I want to ask, and I want you honestly to ask yourself is, why haven't you done well up until now? Okay. Why have you not been consistent in the markets? Why up until today have you not found a rhythm? Why up until today are you still not successful? There's going to be two types of people out there that are going to answer this question right now in their heads. Person A is going to have a list of things, okay? Person B is not going to have any list, and that's a whole nother problem, okay? So let's kind of go on to the person A. Let's say, for example, when asked that question, why are you not successful right now? Things that are going to be on your list is, well, I've been jumping around strategies. I haven't found a strategy that works for me. The market makers are hunting my stops, or every time I buy, the trade seems to go against me, so I cut it. I get too emotional and I revenge trade. I lose the first trade of the day and then I start to revenge and go on tilt. I give back profits late in the day. I have no problem trading early, and then I suddenly stick around too long and I end up giving everything back. I don't have enough experience. I don't understand where exactly I should be getting in or where I should be getting out 100% of the time. I don't understand when I miss a trade why I shouldn't just jump into the trade later. There's a million different reasons. My broker has too much slippage. My fill times aren't the greatest. They have a long list of things that need to be worked on. And then you have person B who doesn't have anything on their list. And person B understands their strategy. Maybe they've got a few key concepts. They take trades. They have a couple of winning trades and then they give everything back on one big trade. They have a big losing trade, and then it takes them 5, 6, 7 trades to kind of get back to break even. They kind of just stay in that pattern, but they don't necessarily have a list. They don't have a physical written down list of things that, you know, as to the reason why they're not successful, right? So two groups of people, both in the same spot. Now, the person who has a list of maybe why they're not successful needs to really start to analyze that list and go through it, because it's not necessarily what happens in the market or what happens to you, because it happens to everyone. Okay. Everyone goes on tilt. I'm a victim of that myself. Everyone loses trades. I'm a victim to losing trades myself. Everyone gives back profits at some point in time, whether they're up on the day or up on the week or on the month. Everyone does it. Everyone gets into a trade. The trade stops them out and runs right in their favor. It's happened to everyone. Everyone loses, right? Everyone loses. You know, everyone gets a bad fill time here and there. You know, they get a bad fill. Everyone is a victim to some news headline coming across the board, and when you were in a winning trade, goes quickly to a losing trade. There's nothing you can do about it, right? Those problems are not just correlated to you. Those problems everyone has, right? Everyone deals with them. So why is it that this person over here is not successful, but another person with the same problems is successful? Okay? Because it's not about what is happening to you. It's about what are you doing to combat what happens to everyone. 95% of traders fail, but the 5% of traders who are successful are doing something that the other 95% of people are not doing. So the 95% of people think that they're losing trades and not making money because it's the strategy. 95% of people are blaming market makers or blaming the news or blaming the Fed. They're blaming, you know, price action. They're blaming it's choppy. They're blaming, you know, the market's stagnant. There's no real movement going on here. While there's 5% of people that are dealing with the exact same issues, because remember, the same charts that you're looking at each and every single day, there's a trader over here who's successful, who's looking at the same charts. There's a trader over here who's successful, who's watching the same chop. There's a trader over here who's successful, who is being profitable month over month over month over month, quarter over quarter, year over year, when you still haven't taken your first payout. So what's the difference, right? What's the difference between this trader and this trader? This trader on this side wants to believe that there's a magic key. They want to believe that there's a magic strategy. They want to believe that if they just do this one thing right, that the whole doors start to unlock. That if you just figure out where's the best spot to get into a trade and where's the best spot to get out of a trade based on a particular indicator or strategy or method, or that suddenly you don't have any of these problems anymore. But the truth of the matter is you're always going to have those problems. You're always going to have a little bit of slippage. You're always going to have trades that look great that don't necessarily pan out. You're always going to have news headlines that come across the board that make a trade go from one direction to the next direction. You're always going to have a market environment where we get into a period of distribution and it just goes up and down and down and up and down and up and down and up, right? So you can never really get away from those sort of problems. So instead of looking at your long list of problems and focusing on these issues that you feel are holding you back, what you need to do is focus on what you can do to change what you've been doing, because obviously what you've been doing is not working. So Once you've identified these problems via overtrading, via position sizing too big, via not using a proper stop loss, maybe it's not giving your trade enough room to work. Because remember, you have to give these trades sometimes some space to kind of actually work out. Having such a tiny stop loss sometimes can be good when the outcome is in your favor and you have to do nothing. But what about when the trade needs a little bit of wiggle room and you prematurely stop yourself out due to emotions and the trade suddenly goes in your favor 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes later, right? So what you need to do is, instead of focusing on everything that's going wrong or all of the problems that you're facing and looking at that as a negative, what you need to do in turn is try to figure out how you can be better at what you're doing to work with the problems that are never going to go away. Because the trader who's successful deals with all of the same day-to-day issues that you're constantly dealing with, but they have found a way to work with these problems that will never go away. Okay, these problems will never go away. The problems of the market not doing what you want it to do, the problems of losing trades, the problems of getting too confident coming off of 3 or 4 or 5 winning trades and sizing too heavy in that trade that you sized too big on went against you. Those problems will never go away. But the trader on this side of the pot has understood that these problems are never going to go away. So what they do is they actively work on themselves and their skill set to become a better trader, to become a better person, to become well more rounded when it comes to dealing with these problems. And some of the things that you can do is, if you know that you over leverage yourself and you revenge trade off of a loss, then actively write that down and actively each and every single day work on it. One of the hardest things to do is change yourself. It's not the markets, because we can't change the outcome of what happens in the markets. All we do is take a mouse, click a couple of buttons, and the outcome is out of our hands. So once you start to understand that the outcome is out of your hands, but the only thing that you can control is what you mentally are telling your physical self to do, is when you start to actually have that breakthrough. So once you start to go through your list as to why you're not successful, are you not successful because you're undercapitalized right here? Because here could be a big issue. Someone could say, well, if I only had $10,000, if I only had $100,000 in my account, I'd be able to make money because I'd be able to weather the storm and lose a little bit. The way that the trading industry has gone now, you can go sign up for prop firms and get funded $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. Now, the negative response and answer to that is, well, I can't withdraw all the money that I make. But right now you can't trade with the amount of leverage that you're given from a prop firm, right? So it kind of goes hand in hand. Sure, maybe you can only take out 80% of your profits, but you would be taking out 0% of those profits because you're not even leveraged enough to trade the amount of size that they're going to give you access to. Some people are going to say, well, I don't want to go through an evaluation stage. Well, who shows up to a job? Let's say you want to be an architect. I want to be an architect and I show up for a job interview and they ask me a bunch of questions. How are they going to give me a job if I know nothing about it? You have to prove that you know a little something before you get compensated. So, well, I don't like all of the trading rules. Well, then if you don't like all the trading rules, go work a second job, a third job, a fourth job to save up enough money to build your account to 50,000 or 100,000 or 200,000. Well, I don't like the amount of drawdown that they're giving you. Well, you should be happy that you're even giving you any type of leverage. You see what I'm saying? So the person who looks for the negatives, and they look for the reasons why something shouldn't work, are the people who are still stuck 1, 2, 3, 4 years later, still in the same spot because they're not willing to accept that they need to change themselves first, either whether it's the way that they think or the manual and physical things that they're doing based on the way that they think. I really want you guys to think about this video. If you need to rewatch it again, there's a couple of gems in there that you really need to start to turn, but I want to start to deliver a lot more value to you, kind of open up the inside of your human emotion and your human thought process and in the way that you're doing things and the reason why you're not successful. And just to kind of end the video with the people on the right side of things. When I opened up this video, I said there's going to be a list of people that are going to have a long list as to why they're not successful. And then there's going to be people that don't have a list at all. If you don't have a list at all as to why you're not successful, that's probably going to be where you should start. You know, if you don't have a list as to why you're not profitable this month or why you're not profitable last month or this year or this last quarter, then maybe you should start to write down physically some of the things that you're doing wrong or some of the things that you're having problems with or some of the things that why you think personally why you're not successful. Once you start to physically write these things down, go through your list and start to read the questions or the answers out to yourself and start to answer those reasons why. I'm doing this. I feel that the market does this. You'll start to see that once you start to relay these answers out to yourself by speaking them out loud to yourself and start to comprehend what you're actually thinking, you'll start to either A, realize that it's not that big of an issue and you probably shouldn't be focusing on it, or you'll start to realize that I really need to change this about myself if I want to achieve the results. Again, 95% of people are not successful when it comes to this business because they're not doing what the 5% of people have done. They're stuck in the same box with the same reasons why. And when you don't make an active change, you're stuck with the same outcome in reality. If you guys want to trade with me each and every single day live and you guys want to get access to my live streams and webinars, you guys want to get access to ask questions, access to the communities, my strategy courses, as well as that one-on-one coaching where we can deep dive in a little bit more into mindset and psychology based on some of the problems, specific problems that you're having. That link is down in the description box below. I would love to have you guys on board. I will see all of you guys in the next video.